Like, oh my god, this guy doesn't have pants. Oh my god, my eyes. I don't know what to say. Come to the topic that I think a lot of people are gonna be interested to hear what I have to say about that. That was a choice, okay? I don't want to hear anybody complain. You would probably unsubscribe and never talk to me ever again. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I need my mic. Okay, let's try this again. Good morning all. How are you guys doing? How is life? Is life lifing? How have you been? I am so excited to record this video because I have gotten so many questions since I moved to Spain that I just wanted to talk about it, give you kind of a life update. I think that it's important to do these once in a while because everybody goes through different experiences when moving abroad and living alone. So I'm gonna give you my experience and what I've gone through and just try and give you as much as advice as possible. Also share with you what I've been going through and what I've been dealing with. So yeah, let's get started with the video. Also, I'm sorry if my voice is a little bit weird. Yesterday I went partying with my friends and it was my first time going out on a Friday night, okay? Because the first time I went was going to Black Coffee and it was such a fun experience, but definitely different because it was a festival. Yesterday I went to my first ever house party here in Madrid and honestly, like, it was awesome. It was so much fun. We were in this like $1 million mansion or whatever. I don't know how I got on that guest list, by the way. So nobody asked me like how I got there. Like, I have no idea. Like, I just knew a person, that person knew a person, and then like it just became a whole thing and I was on the guest list. So it was so much fun. We had the best time. I came back home at like 3 in the morning and right now it's 11:57. So yeah, I'm recording this video. I just woke up. I have no makeup, as you can see, so I'm very raw and like real with you guys today. No secrets, no nothing. I'll tell you like just give you like a life update, so ignore my voice. That's what I wanted to say, but I yapped for a little bit too long. Anyways, I want to start with I have a couple main topics that I want to talk about. The first one being how it feels being away from home and how I've dealt with like living and figuring things on my own. It's hard at the start, okay? When my mom left, I had like a week and a half where I didn't eat anything. I lost a lot of weight, which I gained back. But that doesn't matter. Like, I didn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I was very sad. Even if I didn't, because I'm super emotional, I honestly don't know how I didn't cry as much. I cried the first day when she left. I cried at school, I cried in my room, I cried like in the main areas of the building, but I don't know how I managed, but I just felt super sad and I missed her. So honestly, my biggest advice for somebody who is going through that or is gonna go through that at some point of their life, I would say just surround yourself around people. Honestly, that's the best advice that I have. For me, I live in a residence, which was the best decision that I made moving here. The first year living in a residence or in a common area or a dorm or whatever you guys call it, the best decision that you will ever make. There's always people around. Always something is happening. Even if you don't have anyone that you're close with yet, you can just sit downstairs in the main area. People pass by. You can make friends easy. If you're a more shy person and you don't feel comfortable talking to strangers, that's totally okay. For me, I personally would just sit downstairs and whoever passes, like, I would meet them. But also the people that work here are always doing something around. They're always talking. Like, you're never alone. What I did was, I'm super proud of myself that I did not stay in my room and drown myself in sadness. What I did was, after class, immediately go downstairs and study in the study room, or go to a grocery store with one of my friends here, or I would just get out of this room as much as possible because it just made me sad every time I was on my own. Another thing that I did was definitely just play a lot of Friends on the TV and like watch shows that gave me comfort. Gilmore Girls, Friends, The Middle. Those are 3 of my top shows that I watch. So I think that it's within you to make a change in the pattern of your behavior. So honestly, it's a choice. You can either stay in your room and cry for months, or you can get out there, make new friends, and just try and make the most of it, because time passes by super fast, by the way, when you're in college, and it's crazy. Like, I'm already done with most of my midterms. Like, isn't that insane? I feel like I started uni like yesterday, but the power is within you guys. So that's my advice for that. Now I kind of want to talk about friendships and that department of my life. In general, when I was back at home, I would consider myself the biggest introvert in my entire life. Moving here, turns out I'm the opposite. I don't know if it was because in Bulgaria, I didn't really relate to most of the people that I've met in my life. My closest friends, they moved abroad last year to study while I was taking my gap year. So meeting new people was super hard for me, especially during the gap year that I took. I met people while traveling, and I met some of my closest friends while doing that. But at the same time, I wouldn't really get that much out of my comfort zone. Coming here, I've met amazing and incredible people from all around the world, and honestly, this has brought me so much. I've learned about new cultures, about new languages, new food. Not everything is just new, and it's awesome, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Especially, I'm gonna come back to this, the residence part. Living in a residence, everybody is from somewhere around the world. We have people from America, from Latino America. We have people from Europe, from Africa, from Asia, from everywhere. So you are, I don't know, you get very intelligent by just, talking with different people, and you gain so much, and I just love it. Honestly, my favorite part about being here in Madrid is the diversity. Maybe it's because of my university, maybe it's because of my residence, but I just love how much diversity there is. I have people and friends from all over the world, as I already told you, and you learn from each person that you meet something new. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts. But also try and not get ahead of yourself when making friends and being like, that's my best friend the first week that you met them. Because at first, everybody has this cultural shock. Like, everybody moved, most of the people moved here from different countries, different parts of the globe. But everybody is going through emotions. Everybody is for the first time doing their laundry and dishes, and when they're sick, it's their first time being sick away from their family, or at least for most of the people. So everybody is going through something like that, and it's normal for you to feel very close to some people at the start of your new life, and then maybe things are gonna tone down, which is totally normal, because at least for me, I started living with those people like 24/7. At some point, you're gonna see each other in different aspects. You're gonna see each other mad, sad, annoyed, hangry, happy, excited. So it's totally normal for things to change with time. I'm still close with all of the people that I met my first day here. But definitely everybody gets into their own routine at some point. Everybody starts doing something else. They start getting closer with the people from their class, which is amazing. So just make sure that you don't feel sad if things change, because I would say that since I moved here, every week there's something new happening. And that's okay. That's totally normal. I love all my friends. But it's just, everybody starts getting into their routine, their school routine, their night routine. You don't hang out as much until 3 a.m, like the first week of school, So it's so amazing. I don't know how to explain it. I love uni life. I think that's one of the best 2 months that I've had, just because everything is so new and so exciting. At the same time, you kind of see who aligns with your beliefs and shares the same thoughts as you, and then I don't know, it's so amazing. But definitely talk to everyone. Don't limit yourself to just 3 people. Talk to people. Talk. Make new friends. just don't limit yourself to just the people in your residence or in your class or in the group that you join. Just be out there, because that's the best thing ever. And honestly, like, I'm super thankful. I think I got very lucky because my residence isn't as big, and all of us kind of always do something together, or even if not all of us, but we manage to find time for each other and spend time with each other and have fun. Because the bigger residences with thousands of students in them, you can't really get close to that many people. But for me, I'm just super lucky. I don't know, I'm just maybe the luckiest person ever. But everything is amazing and I cannot complain. Okay, and now about relationships, guys. We've come to the topic that I think a lot of people are gonna be interested to hear what I have to say about that. Living abroad can really change your perspective on a lot of things, and people are going to be very interesting to you. You're going to see many hot guys, you're going to see many hot girls, and that's fine. When you're feeling alone and lost and a little bit sad, you're more vulnerable. So just make sure that you don't get attached to people just because of that aspect. Make sure you get to know somebody better before anything else happens, because I think that's super important. Also, relationships in uni are so different from high school, maybe because when I'm in such an international school, like, everything is different, culture here is different, but also I've seen different perspectives of what a relationship should look like while living abroad. Honestly, like, you learn so much because people are from different cultures, and different cultures people do things differently. So definitely your perspective about love or whatever can definitely change by just seeing or hearing things, or just, seeing how somebody acts with somebody else. Like, it's just so, I don't know how to even talk about this topic. I don't really want to get into the personal part of my relationship life, because I've learned my lesson, because if you know, you know. So I'm not gonna get too personal about this, because I feel like those are things that should be kept to yourself. Honestly, being here, it's one of the best experiences, but a very growing and teachable moment of my life. I've learned more than I've learned in the past 5 years, for example, from high school, just because I'm put in different situations and I deal with different things. But definitely, it's interesting. And now, last but not least, the topic about academic life and kind of navigating through your studies. Guys, I'm not even in the school with the hardest major. People consider communication and digital media like a super easy major, but honestly, there's a lot of work going into that as well. I don't have math or any of those bad classes that y'all deal with. Like, that was a choice, okay? I don't want to hear anybody complain about their math assignment or homework, because that was a choice. But I love my major. As I told you, I studied communications and digital media, and I love it. I know, like, some of the stuff that we're covering right now, I already knew, but I'm building on top of that knowledge. I've learned so much new things, and it's definitely a lot of work that goes into it. Maybe some people might disagree with me, but me personally, I put in the work. There is a lot of readings, essays, and for me, I come from a country where I did not study in English, so it's my first time ever studying in English, like everything fully. Also, I come from a country where essays are not APA 7 style. As you can see, I'm traumatized if I am talking about this on my YouTube video on a Saturday. So honestly, like, it was definitely hard at the start, because I was like, what the frick is happening? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna graduate? How am I gonna pass my midterms? So you just need to put in the work. I know it's gonna be better to go out with your friends. I know it's gonna be better to go partying, but at the end of the day, you also want to make a change in the world. So you can do that by just putting in the work, a little by little every day. So I would say that for me personally, it was so hard. I'm still getting into a routine of how I need to manage my own timing. This has been super hard for me, and honestly, I've had so much troubles with it, because it's it's different. When I come home, I don't have a meal prepared. I need to cook and then wash the dishes and then study and then come back up and then like take a shower and then go to bed. So getting into a routine is definitely gonna be a little bit of a challenge at the start, but trust me, it's gonna get better. For me, I still sometimes go to bed at like 2 in the morning because I haven't managed my time well, and I've distracted myself, and I've done homework at 1:30 a.m. until 3 in the morning, and then I have class at 8. So it's definitely gonna take some time to get used to a new routine, and that's okay. I'm telling you that it's gonna be okay. And I'm saying that because at first I was like, how am I gonna do that? You know, the stress, the adrenaline was starting to wear off, but it does get better at some point. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I love my major. I love everything about my uni. I love the diversity, the opportunities, the networking, everything. So I would say that you just need to get into a habit and just do a routine, because there's not going to be another way to get into student life once again, especially from somebody that took a gap year before that. So yeah, anyways guys, thank you so much for listening to me yap. It was kind of like a life update, also give you advice if you're gonna go through this soon, or if you're not, you know, you're just curious how life in uni feels. So I love you so much. Once again, thank you for being here, thank you for supporting me no matter what, and I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Until then, I hope my room is clean, and I wish you guys a very successful and good week. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Ciao!